Get in there, Wolves. Another big 3 points to extend the gap between us and the bottom three, which is obviously great. But Wolves can start to look up now, hopefully, rather than down. It's another win. Of course, we rode our luck at times. Things went in our favour at times, but thankfully it's the 3 points, and that's all that matters. Guys, let me know your thoughts if you managed to catch the game in the comment section down below. Be sure to smash that like button as well. Wolves starting 11 today. It was as predicted. The back five we started with Matt Doherty coming in for the suspended Nelson Semedo, and Boubacar Traoré coming in for the suspended Mario Lemina. No Jean-Ric Bellegarde at all in the squad, so you assume he's injured, as was possibly Hugo Bueno as well, who wasn't in the team today as well. But first half from Wolves, let's get that out of the way. It was a really poor first half. It was slow. Wolves just really couldn't get any control of the game or the ball. And the sort of back five that has worked quite well for the last two games, for me, just going forward, we broke okay. We got the ball forward at times okay, but just there were almost a player too little in those forward areas. Cunha picking up some nice areas, but almost going really deep to pick up the ball, and that meant we obviously didn't have a number 9 up there. We tried to saw it switch to almost a 4-4-2 at times, with Aït-Nouri pushing further forward and Hwang's going slightly more central. But, first half, we had a great chance of our own. Then Bournemouth go down the other end, and I think it was Dominic Solanke who put the ball in the back of the net. Defensively, poor. It was almost as if the players weren't quite sure which sort of areas they should have been in. It was like half of them sort of were defending like they were a 5, a couple of them defending as if there was a 4. So the spaces and gaps between the defenders just weren't quite there, and it was in the end just flicked home by Solanke. To go in half-time 1-0 down, especially when you look at Wolves' record when going behind, it didn't bode well. But half-time came. Gary O'Neill, needed a big reaction. You knew this was a big game for him, regardless. You look at, his situation at Bournemouth, and I know he would try and play it down, but in the back of his mind, he knows that he's got to try and get a positive result out of this game. And we really couldn't start off the second half any better. Quite a surprise change to see Tommy Doyle come on, who I liked his second half performance today. I'm sure we'll bring him up a couple of times. But Tommy Doyle coming on for João Gomez, who I think picked up a booking towards the end of the first half. And straight away, Doyle picks a pass, gets that ball in between the lines, finds Neto, who is in unbelievable form once again, and adds another assist to his name to put it into Cunha on the edge of the area. It's a lovely finish. Curls it round past Neto in goal for Bournemouth, and gets us right back in the game. And right after half-time, it was regardless of the situation, if it was 11 versus 11, if it was 10 versus 11, which again we'll talk about, to get a goal that early in the second half was really, really crucial for Wolves. And like I said, Neto grabbing another assist is, fantastic, and I think he's up to 6 now in the Premier League. A fantastic start for him. And, Wolves just grew into the game. We started getting a lot more confidence on the ball. I thought there were so many players there that were just, I know, we had the man advantage, but just throughout the second half, we just played with real confidence. And, yeah, it was Hwang who sort of forced the red card for Bournemouth. It was a late tackling behind. Hwang took exception to it, obviously, squared up to Lewis Cook, who stupidly, you can't be, goes in with his head. Hwang feels... I have seen a still of it, to be fair. On the video, it looks pretty soft, but on the still image, he really goes into the side of Hwang's face, and obviously Hwang goes down, and the referee, VAR can't even, look at that. That's a, clear red card, and Bournemouth down to 10 men, and that played into Wolves perfectly, really. You look at now, that was the lifeline. We were really poor in the first half. We get a goal to get ourselves back in the game, and then Bournemouth literally giving us the opportunity to go and grab all 3 points. And it took a long while. Wolves creating good opportunities, and just had to be patient. The following of fans out there, could be frustrating, quite long to watch at times, but Wolves had to be patient. And to be fair, I really liked the substitutions that Gary O'Neill was looking at. It's a subject that we spoke about on our podcast a few weeks ago in regards to Pablo Sarabia, who's really struggled to make an impact. But I think games like that, when you've almost got to get somebody that can, find that pass, that's the perfect situation for Pablo Sarabia, when you've got the upper hand, when you're going to have a lot of the possession and a lot of the ball. And in the end, it's another super sub, winning sub, as Sasa Kalajdzic comes on. Before that, we created a couple of chances. An unbelievable passage of play on the left-hand side. Cunha and Hwang No, Cunha and Aït-Nouri, sorry, holding the ball. Really nice play. Great ball across the face of goal by Aït-Nouri, and Neto, more or less on the penalty spot, just has to guide it in, side foot it in, and it goes over the bar. That's the one thing with Pedro Neto, I think. And, you know, he's had an unbelievable start. But if you're going to be ultra picky, he's just got to find that little bit more composure for himself in front of goal. You know, we saw it against Villa. He had a great chance. It was a difficult chance, but a good chance that he put over the bar. Same again today. So he's just got to find his shooting boots there. But like I said, Kalajdzic comes on. And it was clear, you know, Bournemouth actually started to create a couple of their own sort of chances on the counter-attack. But Neto, the goalkeeper for Bournemouth, not a Scooby-Doo what he's doing. He puts the ball down quickly. There's 2 or 3 Wolves players still in the box. He plays the pass quickly, puts the Bournemouth player under pressure. Sasha, you know, tackles him from behind to win the ball, and I think it's played in through by Hwang Hee-chan, and, you know, Sasha, it's a lovely finish. Just rolls it past Neto to give us the victory. I did think VAR was going to overturn it for a foul, but I think the referee was right on it. And I don't think you wouldn't overturn it. The referee could see it. He's right on it. And for Sasha to put the ball into the back of it, it was another fantastic feeling. You know, his goal-to-minute ratio now is looking very, very tidy in the Premier League. And I know there will be people, you know, gambling for it, hoping that he'll start to get a start. But I think, you know, as long as Sasha's happy with coming off the bench for that last 20-25 minutes, in the last 2 games for me, against Villa, he made a great impact. Today, obviously, another winning impact away from home, like he did against Everton. You know, that's fantastic. And I missed there was, right at the start as well, Neto, out of nothing, created himself a really nice chance from the edge of the area and hit the woodwork. So we weren't awful in that first half. We just really struggled to get going. But as you would expect, against 10 men, we have seen over the years Wolves so frustrating, struggle against a low block. But we had to be patient today. We showed creativity. A lot of players out there expressed themselves. Tommy Doyle, who came off the bench, just looks a really tidy player. And I think he'll be an asset for us throughout the season. Hwang, probably not himself in terms of sharpness in front of goal, but just was a nuisance throughout the game. Cunha, who I thought was poor first half, came to life in the second half after his goal. And it's great, obviously, to see him on the score sheet as well. And the defence as well, I thought they all played their part. So it'll be interesting. I think Boubacar, I thought, was a little bit sloppy first half, but really improved second half. Will Lamina come in for him? Doc, I'm not sure. I still think Semedo probably comes back in next week against Newcastle. But it's a massive 3 points for Wolves, guys. Like I said, now puts us up to 11 points. Burnley, Bournemouth, Sheffield United, or say Burnley and Bournemouth, who both lost today. 4 points, 3 points. You know, we've got a really nice cushion on those now. And hopefully, we have got some tricky games still coming up. But if we can start putting away the teams, like in a couple of weeks' time, we've got Sheffield United away. If you can start getting the 3 points there, like I said right at the start of the video, you can start to look up rather than down and just try and, you know, get ourselves in a position that for the last few years we haven't really seen ourselves in. So, Wolves 2, Bournemouth 1. Great away victory once again for Wolves. I'm sure Gary O'Neill and the team will be delighted. And big up to all the away fans that went down to Bournemouth today, because I'm sure it'll be a very decent trip back up to Wolverhampton or wherever you're living. Be sure to hit the like button down below, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll catch you next time. And yeah, big win for the Wolves.